When I was competing in bodybuilding, everybody would love my six-pack. My clients, because I had a fitness studio, would come and just want to touch it. And I'm not going to lie, I used to love it too. I thought I felt great. But I felt like a complete hypocrite. I was feeling miserable. I was feeling tired all the time. And when I say tired, I mean dragging ass. I couldn't function. I used to have insomnia. I would average 3 to 5 hours of sleep a night. And my memory got so bad that when I was running the fitness studio, a new person came in to try us out. She came 2 days in a row. The second day, I introduced myself to her again. And she said, I was here yesterday. Needless to say, I felt awful and embarrassed. And I couldn't believe how I couldn't remember a person from 24 hours ago. But I kept pushing and pushing, because show must go on. And the point when I really admitted that something is wrong is I needed to transfer my stuff from the washer to the dryer. And I looked and I thought, I don't have energy for this. And I caught that thought. I thought, this is not okay. I should not be feeling like this. I was 32 or 33. So I might have had the looks of health, but I felt like a hypocrite because I was feeling my absolute worst. I was not feeling healthy at all. That was followed by about a 45-pound weight gain and a binging disorder. Anyway, since then, I have holistically helped myself get back on track, having a body that's balanced and healthy and that I love. And this is also post-baby. So if I can do it, you can do it too, no matter how you're feeling right now. And at the end of this video, I want to share with you exactly how I did that. But before that, I want to talk about hormones. If you're feeling tired all the time, feeling fatigued, like you don't have the energy that you used to, if you're gaining weight or you're unable to lose weight, if you're feeling more depressed and anxious lately, if you're noticing that your hair may be thinning, these are just some of the symptoms you may be experiencing if your hormones are out of whack. Because that's how hormonal imbalance shows up. And our sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, are directly related to our thyroid function, which is directly related to your adrenals, which is directly related to your brain and your whole system. So when we're talking about overall health, we're not just talking about a six-pack, definitely not that for women. We're not just talking about one area of our life. We have to look at the body as a whole. And by the way, if we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Lex Vuko. As I've mentioned earlier, I've had my fair share of unhealthy periods of my life. I've been overtrained, undertrained, injured. I have thyroid issues, hormonal issues. I've trained as an amateur bodybuilder, boxer, kickboxer. I've screwed up my body a few times and then I brought it back to balance. And everything I've learned, I share with my clients and I share with you on this channel. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notification to get notified anytime a new video comes out, because my whole goal on this channel is to help you feel like you're at a 10 daily, to love the body you're in, to sleep well, to have a great mood, and therefore have a great life. Because let's face it, hormones can change your personality quite literally. They affect how you think, how you feel, and therefore how you act. Hormones are very powerful, but women's hormones are very under-talked about. They are crucial for overall health. They help regulate many different processes in the body, including metabolism, appetite, sleep cycles, reproductive cycles, sexual function, body temperature, and our mood. They're pretty powerful. I mean, if you think about it, they have the ability to change your behavior and your personality. That's why even the slightest hormonal imbalance may have a noticeable shift that you're feeling in your body and on your overall health. So in this video, I want to quickly talk about hormonal imbalance and how it affects us. And I want to go through 19 different symptoms that happen due to hormonal imbalance, how hormones affect that, why it shows up, and then give you a potential holistic solution. So let's get into it. First, know that hormones naturally fluctuate at different stages of our lives, right? Remember puberty. How fun was that, right? That was a hormonal shift. There were new hormones rushing through our body and affecting our behavior and our mind. If any of you watching had teenagers around, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for those ladies who are watching this who have been pregnant in your life, how fun was that? Hormones were all over the place. It was super fun if we we can all agree to that. And then, of course, there's perimenopause, which we hardly even hear about. And then there's menopause, which is considered this just time when a woman just starts going crazy. And of course, hormones are affected by our lifestyle, by our environment, stress level, our thoughts, and even certain medical conditions. But hold on, we are not doomed. There is a lot that we can do to stop that, to prevent that, to slow it down and reverse it. So let's go quickly through these 19 symptoms that you may be experiencing, or so that you know if you start experiencing them, what's up, so that your doctor doesn't dismiss you like mine did. Me telling me that that's just the difference between 30s and 20s. Okay, whatever. First symptom I want to mention is unexpected weight gain or inability to lose weight. The reason why this happens is because hormonal imbalance, especially with insulin and cortisol and thyroid hormones, disrupt metabolism and increase fat storage. As we enter mid-30s and 40s and on, we become more insulin resistant. And if your stress level is high, your cortisol is high. When your cortisol is high, it drops the estrogen. When your cortisol gets low, it brings estrogen back up to where it's supposed to be. So what would be a possible holistic solution? Make sure you're starting to eat more balanced diet, rich in whole foods, slowly start taking away processed foods out, and you have to work on reducing stress through mindfulness practices, meditation, and then also you can consider supplements like chromium or berberine to add so that they can regulate your blood sugar levels. The second one I want to mention is mood swings and irritability. The reason this happens is because fluctuations in our estrogen and progesterone level affect the neurotransmitters in the brain, which leads to mood swings and irritability. Estrogen is actually an antidepressant chemical, so when we even have a regular cycle, the first 2 weeks estrogen is high. After ovulation, estrogen drops and progesterone starts getting high. This is why a lot of women feel more irritable toward their period. This is why a lot of women experience PMS symptoms or worse. PDD is like a elevated PMS where women can go through very depressive episodes. And again, if your estrogen level is not high where it's supposed to be during the first part of your cycle, this is where depression and anxiety really sink in and stay there. A possible holistic solution would be regular exercise, definitely maintaining healthy diet, getting away from processed foods and introducing more whole foods. Give it time because your taste buds have to change too. Introducing more omega-3 fatty acids and adding a supplement, something like MindLab Pro, which is a nootropic. I'll leave all the links to the supplements that I talk about in this video in the description, so you can read more about them, check them out, and see if they're right for you. They even have what they call nootropics bars, which are edible bars that have that effect on your brain. It's like eating a supplement in a chocolate bar. The third symptom I want to mention is fatigue. Now, low levels of thyroid hormones or imbalances in cortisol affect tiredness and fatigue. They affect adrenal glands as well. See, we have adrenaline when we are under stress, when we feel under attack. But if you're in that survival mode all the time or a lot of the times, your body is constantly producing adrenaline, which obviously disrupts your sleep too, but also your body just cannot run on high adrenaline all the time. So sooner or later, it basically runs out of adrenaline, which is called oftentimes adrenal fatigue. People feel tired, they cannot recover, they don't handle stress as well as they used to. All of these things can be contributed because of thyroid and adrenals and high stress level. A possible holistic solution for you would be definitely get adequate sleep. Sleep is everything. You have to manage your stress. You can practice mindfulness and/or meditation. And then you can consider herbs like ashwagandha or a supplement like Energy from Performance Lab, which is one of my favorites. Just make sure you don't put your energy supplement next to your sleep supplement, because I've done that and accidentally took energy supplement at night. But that's a story for another time. Let's go to symptom number 4, which is insomnia, or poor quality sleep. Now, we live in a society where it's all about hustle and work more, and it's like a known thing that women don't sleep well. That means your body's not producing enough melatonin, it's got high cortisol, and it feels under attack. Think about it from the perspective of survival, which is how we as human species are still here today. It doesn't make sense that your body is going to let you sleep soundly if it feels that danger is right there. Right? So back in the day, humans would be sleeping in the woods, fearful, hey, there may be a bear there. They're not sleeping as well because you need to kind of be on the alert even through sleep. Well, nowadays we don't have lions or bears. Well, most of us don't have lions or bears roaming around, but we have stress like unpaid bills, relationship issues, job stress, or whatever it is that's keeping us up at night. So what's a possible solution for you? Definitely practice a good sleep hygiene. You got to go to the bed at about the same time. You got to wake up at about the same time. Got to get a blue light filter on your phone. Consider sleep supplements, but please don't take melatonin if you can avoid it. Valerian root is another one that can help you fall asleep. And I actually have a whole video that tells you step by step how to set up your phone, how to set up your bed, how to set up everything to get better sleep. So make sure to check that out after this video. The next symptom I want to mention is thinning hair. The reason this happens is due to androgen imbalances or low thyroid hormones, as they can lead to thinning hair or even hair loss. A few solutions would be definitely take a bunch of vitamins and minerals, ideally through your food, and then you can add supplements such as biotin, zinc. There is a hormone regulating herb called saw palmetto. And lastly, you can use rosemary and castor oil and massage your scalp once or twice a week. The effects are going to take a few months, but hey, you're going to get your hair back. The next symptom I want to focus is inability to focus and issues with memory, which is what I told you about. I couldn't remember that girl from 24 hours ago. This is where estrogen and cortisol imbalances impair cognitive function and focus. How to get better memory and focus? Regular mental exercises, meditation, a diet rich in brain-boosting nutrients. Consider supplements like ginkgo biloba, and the other supplement that I love is Mind Pro Lab, which is designed to help your brain function better. Now we got quite a few more symptoms to go, but I want to stop and ask, are you recognizing yourself in any symptoms so far? Let me know in the comments which ones speak to you. And the next one I want to talk about is heavy or painful periods. Again, we live in society where we're made to believe that PMS and painful or heavy periods and cramps are normal, and they are not. Please don't think they're normal. I've heard women say, oh, that's just normal for me. That's always how it's been. That means there's always been an underlying issue. The body always strives to be in balance, strives to be healthy, strives to give you the best health that it can. But it's always showing you signs when something is not right. Now, this is due to imbalances in estrogen and progesterone. Remember, in the first part of your period, estrogen is dominant, and then progesterone in between is testosterone as well. But all of these imbalances create issues with our cycles. Now, as a holistic solution, we always go back to nutrition. You gotta have proper nutrition, full of vitamins and minerals, get away from processed foods, reduce stress, and then consider anti-inflammatory supplements like omega-3 fatty acids, turmeric and pepper. And also, I have to say, and I hate to say this, cardio really helps. I hate to say this because I really hate cardio. Yes, we as women need to lift weights. Muscle is super important. But when it comes to period and breast changes, which I'll get to in a minute, freaking cardio truly helps. I can tell you from my own experience. Now, again, I'll lift weights any day, but my son loves to ride his little bike. And when he does, he has me running with him, or I should say running after him, because I'm not a runner. Let me tell you, this is how I found out that stupid cardio really helps regulate your cycle. He had me running around 1 month. I think we went 2 or 3 times a week. Like, it was a full-blown workout, 2 or 3 times a week of just me sprinting and running and trying to survive after him. And every time we would do that, my period would get shorter and lighter. And I already don't have heavy periods, but I still noticed a difference. So I'm not talking about you going to the gym on the elliptical speed 1 while watching TV. I'm talking about doing intervals. I'm talking about doing that cardio that you don't like. I'm sorry, it works. The next thing I want to talk about is taking too long to recover from a workout or physical activity. Now, this happens due to low levels of human growth hormone, which we women have more than men naturally. This can also be due to imbalances in cortisol. Remember, you got to lower stress, which leads to slow muscle recovery and slow healing. So a solution for that would be prioritizing rest and recovery. You are not resting if you're running around like a chicken with its head cut off. You also need to look into your protein intake. You don't need too much. At most, a third of your calories should be from protein. That's at most. But look into how much high quality protein are you getting. Are you eating egg whites? Are you eating meat? Are you eating legumes? And lastly, one of the supplements that works miraculously to heal muscles is branched-chain amino acids. You can see them as BCAAs and or glutamine. Sometimes the supplement comes as both together. Sometimes it's just BCAAs and sometimes it's just glutamine. I recommend any one of those. I take a mixture of them. Here's the trick. Don't just take them anytime. There is a huge difference when you're taking BCAAs and or glutamine right before your workout, during a workout, or right after. Like I'm talking about if I took time to go from the gym home, make myself a smoothie, and then take supplements, there's a difference. I will still get sore. But if I take my BCAAs during the workout, I don't get sore. So definitely look into those. But I'll remind you, you cannot avoid rest and recovery, lady. I may not know you personally, but I know you're not resting well. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is depression and anxiety. This happens due to imbalances in estrogen, progesterone, and thyroid, which significantly affects mood and leads to depression. A holistic solution would be increasing your physical activity, eating a nutrient-rich diet, getting away from processed foods, adding omega-3 fatty acids, and supplements such as St. John's wort, SAMe, or 5-HTP to improve your mood. There's also an amazing supplement that I mentioned a minute ago, which is MindLab Pro, which is designed directly to affect how your brain functions. Now, I have a whole video on the hormonal effect on female brain and how it can shrink during menopause if we don't take action now. I also talk in that video about how to improve your mood and how to de-stress, so make sure to check that out after this video. The next thing I want to talk about is skin problems such as acne or dry skin. This can be due to androgen or due to thyroid. As far as the solution, we got to go back to that balanced diet, getting away from processed foods, managing stress, sleeping well, and then consider supplements such as Primrose oil. You can put coconut oil and or castor oil on your skin as well. The next symptom I want to talk about is changes in your breasts. Fluctuations in estrogen and progesterone can lead to breast tenderness and swelling even 2 weeks before your period, but for me, it would happen about a week before my period. And again, if I didn't do that stupid cardio, at times it would be really, really painful. So again, holistic solution is stupid aerobic exercise such as running, swimming, elliptical, biking, again, as intervals would be better than just steady state cardio, which thankfully is less boring than steady state cardio. Another thing you may want to consider is adding vitamin E that supports breast health. The next symptom is fertility problems. This again happens to imbalances in reproductive hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and even testosterone. A holistic solution would be definitely getting away from processed foods, adding more nutrient-rich foods, managing stress, meditating. And please don't believe any doctor that tells you can't get pregnant, by the way. There are too many stories of women who've been told they can't get pregnant and they go, watch me, and they come back pregnant. So it is important to have positive thoughts. It is important not to just blindly believe someone who tells you you can't get pregnant. This is where a supplement such as maca root has been shown to increase fertility and help balance hormones. The next symptom is thyroid problems. There's too many women, including myself, that used to or do have thyroid imbalances. Now, this can be hypothyroidism, where thyroid is working slow, or hyperthyroidism, where thyroid is working really fast. They still both affect metabolism. And both hypo and hyperthyroidism have been associated with changes in our sex hormones, such as estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. A holistic solution would be take more iodine, ideally through real sea salt, take more selenium. You can take 1 to 2 Brazilian nuts a day if you don't want to take a supplement. Consider taking herbs such as ashwagandha, and you have to reduce your stress. I cannot stress that enough. But stress has become this norm these days. And we have to come to terms with the fact that being busy, being stressed, being in survival mode is not cool. This is where meditation helps, inner healing, teaching yourself to feel safe in your body. And yes, this is why most people reject meditation, because I can't just sit there and not have any thoughts. That's the practice. That's what you're practicing. That's the goal, is to eventually get to a point where you can so quickly tell where a thought is coming that you stop it before it shows up. Okay, we have a few more to go. The next symptom I want to talk about are frequent headaches and or migraines. Hormonal fluctuation, particularly in estrogen, can lead to hormonal migraines and headaches. I have a client who started to get chronic migraines, and I told her, keep her journal for a month or two to see when it shows up. Is it related to your cycle? Is it related to something you're eating? And she's like, I don't think so. I think it's just random. She finally listened, and she realized it always comes 1 week before her period. Obviously, that was a hormonal fluctuation, and we're working on balancing that out. A holistic solution is getting away from processed foods, my friend, introducing more nutrient-dense foods, staying hydrated. Most people are walking around dehydrated. And when you're drinking that water, add a pinch of that sea salt to your water that's going to add minerals. Low electrolytes can lead to headaches as well. Consider magnesium supplement. If you can, take Epsom salt bath. Otherwise, I have a list of magnesium supplements that I recommend. They're going to be in the description, because magnesium is one of the minerals that most women are deficient in, unfortunately. But it also helps you sleep better. It also helps you calm down. It also helps calm down your whole central nervous system. Just a quick note on magnesium supplement: if you take too much, it can lead to diarrhea. So we got to balance. Now, I do have a whole video on migraines and headaches and how to get rid of them for good. So make sure to check that out after this video. Okay, the next symptom is easy bruising that doesn't heal fast. Low levels of estrogen can affect blood clotting and skin integrity, which leads to easy bruising. A holistic solution for this would be to up your vitamin C through lemons, oranges, kiwi, strawberries, or take vitamin C supplements, increasing your vitamin K, and then consider supplements such as bioflavonoids that support skin health. Also, arnica is the herb that can help you get rid of bruises quicker. And a note on vitamin K, ideally you're also taking vitamin D, which you can look up a supplement D3 plus K2, which helps with blood clotting, brain function, and so many other things. The next symptom I want to address is joint pain or discomfort and weaker bones. Low estrogen levels, unfortunately, lead to decreased bone density and joint discomfort. So make sure you're getting that vitamin D we just talked about, you're getting enough calcium with it. Consider taking glucosamine. There is a flex supplement that I take, and I'll leave the description below. All of these things are going to help you. One more thing you need to add is finally weightlifting, not cardio. So weightlifting is crucial for not just muscle building, but it has been shown to not only stop osteoporosis even when it's happening, but to actually reverse it. How cool is that? So finally, hit that gym, get the weights going, and then afterwards do that boring cardio. Okay, a few more to go. The next symptom I want to talk about is inability to regulate your body temperature, feeling too cold or too hot when other people around you are feeling okay. This is mainly due to thyroid hormone imbalances, where the body just cannot regulate the body temperature. The solution for you would be getting away from processed foods, adding more nutrient-rich foods, managing your stress, and then adding supplements such as iodine. You can get that through real sea salt or adding an iodine supplement. Add selenium, which again you can get through Brazilian nuts or supplement, and add zinc. We got 2 more to go. Low libido is the next symptom I want to talk about. This happens due to low levels of estrogen and testosterone that lower women's desire and drive to have sex. A holistic solution would be adding more physical activity, maintaining a healthy diet, can't get away from that. And then there are supplements such as Tribulus terrestris that can help. And I have a whole video on how to improve your low libido, which again, if that's you, you can watch this afterwards. And the last one I want to talk about is vaginal dryness. Reduced estrogen levels can lead to decreased vaginal lubrication and dryness, which can cause pain during intercourse, and no one wants that. So a holistic solution would be definitely lowering your stress and meditating, staying properly hydrated, getting away from processed foods. You can add supplements such as DHEA and consider lubricants containing hyaluronic acid. Now remember, in the beginning I said I'll share with you my story on how I got myself back on track. I will say that I felt so horrible at first that I did go on natural thyroid medication at first, which I hated and I wanted to get off of it, so I educated myself. Meditation became a non-negotiable for me. I started with a few minutes a day and started increasing to 10, 20, 30, and even a few times 60-minute meditations. I started taking selenium, zinc, and iodine. Now, I reduced my exercise a bit because I was a gym rat at the time, but I gave myself enough time to recover. I was taking BCAAs and glutamine during my workouts, and I completely cleaned up my diet. When I had the urge to binge, I made a deal with myself. Okay, Lex, you can binge to anything you want as long as it's now in your house. You cannot go outside to get food or order food. But I knew that I only kept healthy things inside my house. So at first, I would binge on sweet potatoes and chicken and oatmeal and anything that was there. But guess what? Natural, non-processed foods stopped my binging, helped my hormones balance, helped my thyroid get back on track. Another thing that I really paid attention to is my sleep. I started going to bed earlier and I would literally position myself in the sleep position. I would get my screen on a very dark mode and watch something relaxing, something positive with a soothing voice, and I would just drift off to sleep. I added the sleep supplement and I started creating the environment that worked for me to get better sleep. And one more thing that I started doing is earthing or grounding. There was a little creek behind my house where I used to live, and I would go and spend time there barefoot. Just me and the nature. No phone, no beeps, no nothing. Just me being present, practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is when you're present in the now. And most importantly, I started loving myself. And that, my friend, is how I healed my thyroid, got myself off the medication, and got myself back in balance. Now, I know I just shared a ton of information with you, and you probably have a bunch of notes on what to get, what to eat, how to do this. But the easiest way to start changing anything is by changing a few things in your nutrition, adding a few good things, removing a few things that don't serve you, incorporating more good foods, more superfoods that will help your body. And for a video on top 13 superfoods that every woman should eat, you can click here and watch now.